What's up, my nerds? We're back here at the GSL Code S. Harding is a beast.
He is. He truly is. Lucera is too, though. Taste us. You know, I feel like Lucera could have done better both games. It's unfortunate, but Harding, obviously the favorite of the group, gets right out, which is great because we need more Protosses in the round of 16, and
yeah.
He makes 3, and that's it.
That's good enough for me
You're
for
at
this
16,
season.
man. That's
started out with 5, we got 3. That's more than half. That's fine.
That's 3 out of 16. What is that? That's 630 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's over half the Protosses went
By the way, what I was talking about earlier with baseball, Major League Baseball does not have a salary cap.
Oh, okay.
That was the term I was looking for that actually captured. Everybody tweeted at me, thank you, everybody. A lot of you guys tweeted me. It's a salary cap in baseball that makes it distinct from football or NFL. Or I meant to say NHL or
all those
basketball.
Other ones have salary caps?
Yeah, so that way the richest team, New York has so much money, so they can basically make the Yankees.
Cool.
They get so much more money, there's some sort of incentive to go on there, which is why they always win. All right, now we're going on to this match here at the GSL Code S. Whoop, whoop, whoop. In the bottom right, in the red, statistically, the longest games come from this player. He is Byun. And in the upper left, we have our Terran player in the blue. Amazing positional play. He is Byun.
All right, so TBT between these two is kind of an interesting thing. But with the speed that this SCV has left the base, we definitely could have something like a proxy Rax, maybe with a Reaper, maybe with a proxy, could just be for Marines. And in fact, it looks like it's just going to be like a weirdly placed Makarax.
Makarax. A Makarax.
A Makarax.
Try the champagne, it's breathtaking.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me get my monocle. Examine exactly.
Let me get my special
Makarax
shoes
is.
I wear where I step on poor people.
We call galoshes tasteless.
Oh, thank you.
You don't want to get wet with your tears. All right. So he's just hiding the racks. It's not a big deal, to be honest. And in fact, Ryung has gotten a gas as well. So if he were to make the tech lab down there, I would be pretty darn surprised. Instead, you know, he could if he wants to like hide Reapers though. And that looks like it is what he's going to do. I guess he's going to hide Reapers. Interesting. What this should make Byun think is that there's going to be a proxy factory in Starport. That's if I am Byun here, I'm pretty sure that's what's going through my brain.
It's funny because you'd think Byun would be doing this to Ryung.
Yeah.
You know?
Either that or a proxy marauder you could think too. So there should be a bunker going up at Byun's base. And there you go, the bunker does start. So yeah, this is actually really tricky. And Ryung's going to get a second gas. Could we possibly see Speed Reaper Hellion Medevac? I love that build.
Why
I would
not?
love to see it. And
didn't Ryung do this one time before? Speed Reaper? Like,
he probably has. We've seen it sometimes.
I think he did.
It's not super rare. Well, yeah, it is. It's super rare. But yeah, this is kind of cool to see. Now, how many Reapers do you get? You got just one, and he's actually lifting his racks already. So we'll see what this Reaper can actually get done. My guess is basically nothing. Pretty sure. Because there is a bunker there, so he's not really gonna... Yeah. The Reaper's just gonna have to chill.
Yep. All right. He's going to hop up here now.
Well,
he can definitely...
I actually didn't think he could jump over those trees. All right, never mind. Sorry. Well, he sees a factory coming. Not a huge deal. The factories are actually timed out the same for these two. Ooh, kills 2 SCVs.
Nice, but he does lose that Reaper. Not that that's the end of the world, but it would have been nice to have gotten rid of that Reaper.
Yeah. All right, so both players on 2 gas. Both players getting their starports up. We do have Byun actually getting that tech lab. And there goes the tech lab as well. So if we'll have to see if anyone wants to go for Cloak or not. Of course, if one player goes Banshee and the other goes Viking, then that's going to be quite a fortuitous situation for the Viking player. And Ryung is the first player with Command Center.
You can see that Byun is still prepared to hold up anything as far as Reapers go, even though Reapers are no longer a threat. They were not actually been a threat for a while, but of course he doesn't know that.
Yeah,
so.
there could be more out there. Sometimes people make up to 3 Reapers.
Yeah, and then 2 hop in your base and you start to lose workers very quickly.
All right, so Byun is going Cloak, whereas right now Ryung is going right for a Viking. Now, if he goes for multiple Vikings, that'll be really good. Of course, if he gets a Raven, that's great as well. Basically, shutting down a Cloaked Banshee completely is one of the best things you can do. And in fact, Byun is getting an eBay, so he's probably going to get a turret as well.
So he's completely preparing for this.
He canceled.
Oh, never mind. He's almost completely prepared for this. Well, you know, this is going to be kind of a cool TVT. It's going to look like a TVT from, like, the beta.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. We do have a Raven on the way. Ryung, the way he's setting up, he definitely could be going back here. Banshee of Byun, right there. You want to know a fun fact about these guys, Tasteless?
What?
They both have a Y-U-N in their names.
Oh, my God.
And a capital B and a capital R, not so different after all.
No, and they both play Terran.
That's true.
One wears glasses. How else would we tell them apart?
That's the only way.
That's the only way, yeah. Now, it does look like, for the time being, the Banshee has not been used too offensively, actually, interestingly enough.
I think he's realized that there's no way for it to really do that much.
Not going to go in there and try to get SCVs.
Yeah, why waste the Banshees?
Well, I mean, it's worth too much. It's okay to lose a Banshee as long as it has a multitude of kills under its belt. Yeah. Ideally, SCV kills.
Well, we have Ryung absolutely committing to mechas if 2 factories were enough going into that 3rd. And so with Byun being the player that oftentimes plays the longest games and is the most patient, and Ryung being the player that's going mech, this game could turn into something truly epic, Tasteless.
I'm betting this is going to be a long, arduous series.
Looking at the builds these two are doing so far, if this game went to 45 minutes, I would not be surprised at all.
Uh-oh. This is not good for Byun.
No, that's...
Unfortunately, that Raven not quite fast enough.
Yeah, Ravens are very, very slow.
Compared to everything else in the sky, yeah. When you consider Vikings are faster than them, and Vikings are actually pretty slow, a Stalker can catch up to a Viking. No problem.
That's why when you describe how far away something is, you say how the crow flies, not how the raven flies. Because the raven flies very slowly, and that wouldn't be an accurate description.
There you go. Looks like we have combat shields on the way here.
Yeah. We do have, of course, for Ryung, just getting that blue flame upgrade, getting a lot of tanks out very, very quickly. We see some players going mech recently, where they make more heavily into Hellions. Of course, he has quite a few, but some players have been going like really mass Hellions to have a little bit more map control, a little bit more mobility, whereas Ryung seems to be setting up either he could be going for a quick push with a lot of siege tanks for firepower, because he does already have that Raven out, which can help with that. Or he could be setting up for a much longer game.
Well, okay. Gets that. I think there's been a lot of just very subtle moves by Ryung that are just shaving off parts of Byun's army.
Certainly, yeah.
And when you see it, it's starting to show up in the supplies here. In fact, he could even lose this Banshee right here, because all he needs is one. Oh, are you kidding me? He must not have had a scan.
Yeah, you know, it's too bad. This is kind of like for Byun, interestingly enough, the situation where if you go Dark Templars against Terran and they don't do anything, or against Zerg rather,
they're completely ineffective.
Your supply is just so much lower because you've done nothing with this. You put so much time.
You're investing in this one unit that costs so much gas and requires so much of your attention, and then if it doesn't do anything, you're like, well. And there goes down another one.
Well, we do have a lot of Hellions walking around. Byun is moving out, but I don't know if moving out right now is a good situation with all these Marines. If he had all his Hellions at home, he would crush that army.
Ryung actually does not have siege mode yet. He's almost got it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And that actually could be bad news right now. No, Stim is not done either here.
I don't know why he's out here with all this. This is actually...
All right, here we have the Hellions up here. Now a really nice spread up here. He can target down those siege tanks.
Yeah, he wants the siege tanks attacking siege tanks, the Hellions attacking
It was very one-sided.
Yeah, I'm still in shock that he did that. I don't...
Well, I don't
understand the move out at all.
I think he was losing too much, and then he's like, oh, God, I got to do something. But actually, what he just did could actually cost him this entire match.
That's so not Byun, and yeah, that's completely true. I would say from here, Ryung has to be very, very confident. I mean, I'm actually in a bit of shock that he did that. He must have thought that he had no tanks.
That was not a Code S move, man.
No, that
absolutely was not a Code S move.
That was an anti-bop.
That was an anti-bop. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He just sent his army out. He's like, let's see what I can do, and he loses everything in his army. And yeah, now anti-bop. It's our first anti-bop in Code S.
Yeah. First one that we've called it.
Yeah. Well, it keeps seeming to get worse and worse. The siege tanks can actually hit the ramp from there, right?
Can they actually? You know what? That's a very gross position. Yeah, they absolutely.
So now we got a counterattack here, which I assume is going to be either be sandwiched or Ryung's going to counterattack quicker, and he is.
Yeah. Now, Byun is turning around because this is a bad scenario, but you know what? We actually have Ryung out of position here, so
I think he's actually fine.
Down.
Oh, wait, no, maybe not. But he's getting a lot of SCVs here, which is very important as well.
It is. But that was a nice move by Byun. A lot of SCVs have died, unfortunately, for him. But you know what? That was a little bit sloppy there by Ryung. How he kept the tanks in the back. He knew an army was out there, but he thought it was going base trade rather than him coming back. But a good pullback from
But the funny thing is, even if he was going for base trade, what's going to attack on the other side? The SCVs? Well, that's fine. The Hellions just kill that anyways if that's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, he would have taken the base trade. Whoa, that's a good little catch.
Oh, wait.
He used to shoot a secret missile at them. There you go. Oh, that was a good pull-out by Byun. Wow.
That one Marine is like, who, me?
Yes, you. Couldn't be. I'm like, well then.
Like, shut up and get over there. There's a secret missile coming at us.
Well. All right. Ryung right now actually getting some more Ravens, and that's just completely awesome because when you have a lot of Ravens, then Marauders can never hurt you, and you'll win every single Viking war.
Exactly.
So, really good scenario for him. In the meantime, Byun just continuing to kind of push out with more and more aggression. Luckily he killed off that last army, so he may be able to actually, at least get a good position here. Whereas the last time he moved out, it was completely foolhardy. This time, it's not quite like that.
Well, this time the supplies are both high enough that, you can do more with it. Well, he's definitely preempting any kind of siege mode spot that you want to get on him.
Now he knows where the Reaper was made.
Like, that's where it was. Okay. Case closed. I can sleep better at night.
And just takes out that sensor tower. And I mean, this is, even though Byun made some pretty big mistakes early on, this is beginning to look like it is going to go into that pretty long game scenario like we were talking about before.
Despite a lot of seesawing here.
Yeah, Ryung is taking his time. He's playing so safe here. He's really focusing on getting out exactly the right composition. He's getting plenty of Ravens. He's making sure that he has his Vikings. He's making planetaries and or rather orbitals right now. I'm sure he will make planetaries in a little bit, but he's just playing it extremely safely.
All right. As you can see, more tanks coming down here. The bottom right. It looks like Ryung is going to try to wiggle out of here, and I have to say, Byun's got a really good job of just trying to deny this, but here's the got a Banshee coming up here. That's going to force the siege tanks back. So the Marines run under that, they're going to be hit really hard. Oh, and the Vikings as well.
Yeah, he's going to start picking off medevacs and everything. He's got to be careful not to lose those Ravens.
Now, when they both get maxed out, this army's actually much stronger. Ryung's is.
Yeah. Much stronger. Now some nice pushing here by Ryung, and don't forget that he has gotten over far enough that he can take his 4th base.
Yeah.
So he's actually expanding. Each of his expands are quicker than the bio players, which is completely not how you want to play
It's
against
supposed to be opposite, actually. If they're both even, the bio player is supposed to get the bases up, and the mech player is the one turtling.
Yeah. But that is not the way it's working out this time.
Nope.
And he's continuing to push forward. Notice he does have double sensor tower. He basically knows anything coming at him.
And continuing to just hit him hard here with these pushes. How much energy is on the Raven?
Well, he's got 3 of them. He definitely has enough for 1-point defense drone with 2 more very close.
I didn't. Maybe you said this and I missed it, but he took the center. Ryung did.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he's actually got that now, so he's going to take another one over here in the center right, upper center right. So yeah, he's going to be in incredibly good shape.
Certainly is. Now we do have Byun starting to move around. He might want to try to, pick off any reinforcements, things like that. Maybe do a little flank. He is going to try to hit this base. Does have 4 siege tanks there, but they are not going to be enough for this army. And very nice attack here by Byun. He needs to do things exactly like this. In fact, he can easily take out that Thor as well with these Marauders. And there we go. Some success here from Byun now.
Now this might make the meching player Ryung a little bit uneasy here.
Oh my God!
Trying to push in here. Oh my God!
He just needs to throw some point defense drones, and he does. And he should be able to just crush through absolutely everything here. And in fact, might even kill some of these medevacs off.
Yeah. In fact, the Hellions are gonna have no problem with this either.
Yeah.
Up here with all those units so weakened.
And even though Byun has killed this expansion, he's lost a big chunk of army. And Ryung is keeping his supply pretty high, but he should reinforce at this point, most likely.
Yeah, absolutely. More defense drones down there at up above. And he's also denying the 4th base here for Byun. Ryung's doing a great job so far. Byun really on the ropes right now.
Yeah, and look at this. We actually have a nice stim in attack here from Byun. He's got to be careful having just a few tanks kind of on their lonesome there. You know, after you...
That was close.
Almost.
Yeah.
You know, after you go ahead and kill off a little piece of the bio army like that, but you lose some of your army and or take some somewhat significant damage, you really do want to pull back with mech and reinforce. That's the power of mech is when you have your max together. But when you're sitting at, right now, Ryung is at 165 supply, and he's kind of spread a little bit thin, so he wants to get all his units together, and we see that he is now doing that.
Well, again, Byun kind of going back and forth here. I don't know. Here's a problem, guys. All right, this map is taller than it is wide.
Yes.
Point defense drones stop Marauders. If it's like 1 or 2 Ravens out here, he can just push. And basically, every time that Byun has a perfect engagement, he just throws at why am I suddenly forgetting?
Point defense drone?
Point defense drone, thank you. I want to call them sensor towers for a second. I don't know how that happened, but he throws at the point defense drones. Byun has to keep being pushed back and back and back. There's not a lot of wiggle room here on this map for against a meching Terran.
Yeah. Well, we have
But this is one good move here by Byun to drop into the main.
Yeah, there's only 1 turret there, so this actually is going to be a huge problem. He is bringing up some siege tanks, but if Byun controls this correctly, a lot of damage can be done.
All right. Remember, a meching army can't be everywhere, too.
That's right. You have to be very positional about it. Ryung now realizing that he made the mistake of not putting up a bigger turret ring. It looks like he will get through there. In the meantime, we have another drop coming.
Man. Ooh. Way less effective drop there.
Yeah.
And he's cleaning that up. Okay, those drops should have done more damage, but unfortunately we're unable to. And you really only have one opportunity on this map to do drops like that, assuming Ryung's on point, because he's just going to make a lot of turrets now and not allow that to happen.
Well, you know what? This is... If Ryung actually goes back, builds thicker turret lines, and just continues playing like this, he should be able to take this game no matter what. And the reason I say that is, even though Byun is doing a little bit of damage here and there, every now and then killing an expansion, he has just stayed completely on Marine Marauder with some tank support. Normally you see a switch into Sky Terran or a switch into like 4 factory siege tanks, and he's just not doing that. He's focusing so heavily on bio. That's just something that's not going to keep up over time against a patient player like Ryung.
All right. Ryung continuing to push down now. Do you feel like he should actually be running around with the Hellions here and taking that expansion?
It's hard to say because he does need the buffering, and as we see here, the buffering doing a great job.
And actually just forcing his way in. We have another attack coming over here on the center right, but there's also something here to answer that.
That's right. He has a lot of C-Chinks as he stims and runs forward. He sees even more, a lot of units going down for Byun. And Ryung in the meantime.
I think this game's about to end.
Yeah, he's hitting that left base, which is so important. And losing all these SCVs, it's not a situation that Byun's going to be able to recover from very easily.
Yep. Sieging up now, and there's some more point defense drones down here. Very nicely done. Now, this is the last line of defense really here for Byun, and it looks like he's still fine.
Yeah, and Ryung holds that off with the help of so many point defense drones, as you said.
Yeah.
Byun just doesn't have enough left. And now he's landing Vikings against 3-3 Marauders.
And he's making them run away. So, that's about that.
It's like the monster under the bed, Tasteless.
It is.
It scares you, but it's
like the Artosis master under the bed.
Next to the handcuffs.
Next to the handcuffs. It scares you, but it shouldn't. It's totally normal.
You want to just be police Artosis, I understand.
Yeah, that's all I want, yeah.
That's fine. I'm like a Ninja Turtle action figure, man. There's all sorts of different little ways.
We need Tastosis action figures, actually, we need.
Clearly. The world is lacking for not having that.
I know.
All right. Well,
I have never seen so many point defense rounds out at once.
Yeah.
The TBT.
Well, Ryung has done this just so smartly because when we actually see a mech player lose to Marauder-based play, it's so oftentimes that they just don't have enough point defense drones. But I think he made a total of 5 Ravens that game, which is really nice. He wasn't even going Skyturn all.
There was a point in time when I think we saw 7 point defense drones out.
That's crazy.
Remember we went, there was Marauders just not able to shoot?
Yeah. That's what point defense
Let me use the Marine's gun.
Nope, sorry, Marauder.
Sorry, Marauder. That would not go with your armor. You would look like a laughingstock.
That's true. That would look goofy.
What are you going to do? Wear white after Labor Day?
What are you going to shoot? Concussive bullets? Ha!
Ha!
All right.
That's a good idea, man. Somebody put there and that one, man.
Yeah, make it so that when Marines shoot things they can't run away to. That's a great idea, Tasteless.
Yeah.
Blizzard needs to hire you immediately.
I know.
All right, so game number 1.
Yeah, it was a great game, actually. Started out kind of weird because they were both going for very acute builds.
Yeah, it was kind of adorable. And
that's what I said.
Yeah, it is. Look, I help you, Tasteless. I help you through the cast.
You get it, yeah.
It's who I am. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So, I think we're going to be going to game 2 here in a moment.
Yeah, he's got to choose the map. What do you think Byun will choose? Is he going to choose something huge or something weird? Is he going to choose Icarus or is he going to choose, like,
I could see him using the Planet S map.
Huh. I think that he should choose Icarus.
Okay.
I think he should do something a little bit weird, play a different style.
Oh, Daybreak. We're both wrong.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be Daybreak or Icarus, but Daybreak is a kind of standard map. It's a map that Byun's going to feel more comfortable on.
What do you think the odds are of Ryung doing a double proxy barracks? He's done this before.
Do you think so?
Yeah, actually, I think there's a good chance of it. I forget which match he did it in. I think there was 2 separate matches where we're like, all right, well, he doesn't want to play on this map.
I think I actually remember this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tasteless, the game is beginning. It is on Daybreak. Byun Prime against Axiom Ryung. Who do you think takes this one?
I think Ryung.
Ryung again?
Yeah. I think Byun's had a rougher day.
Yeah.
But we'll see. All right, guys. Here in Seoul, Korea, the best StarCraft 2 players in the world reside. 32 of them competing to get 1 spot at championship in the GSL Code S.